Arsenal can go 5 games without conceding a goal on Thursday night as they come up against a Bate borisov side that faced more shots 23 than any other team in the first round of Europa League matches. Will the Gunners be able to continue that trend in Belarus? Unibet looked at the stats to find out. Arsenal have never played a Belarusian side, while Bate Borisov's only previous meetings with an English team was against Everton in 2009. Arsenal's Europa League campaign will throw up a few first experiences after 2 decades in the Champions League. And playing in Belarus is one of those. Arsenal began the group stage campaign with a 3-1 win over FC Cologne at the Emirates. The German side are arguably Arsenal's toughest opponents, but Borisov poses an untested challenge for Arsene Wenger. They eked out a 11 draw at Red Star Belgrade in their first match, a respectable point away from home. Since then they have won 2 games to an aggregate score of 80. Borisov could certainly surprise Arsenal if they don't take their hosts seriously on Thursday. Borisov to win draw at 17-10. Arsenal have scored in each of the last 11 European away games, but have kept just 2 clean sheets during that run. W61L for Arsenal away in Europe are maybe not as bad as some fans believe them to be. Last season they lost 51 at Bayern Munich to end their hopes of Champions League knockout stage progression before the second leg, but their away games in the group stages over the past 3 or 4 seasons have generated good results. Last season they drew PSG, while beating Ludogorets and Basel. Granted, they had to come back from 2 goals down to edge Ludogorets 32, but they got the job done in the end. Arsenal don't, however, start well in European away games. They conceded first against Bayern, Ludogorets, and PSG last term, and in 3 of their 4 trips to the continent in 201,516. Expect Arsenal to score on Thursday night, but Borisov will get chances too. Both teams to score at 10:13. Borisov faced more shots 23 than any other Europa League side on match day 1 of this season's group stage, yet still managed a 11 draw at Red Star Belgrade. Borisov's gritty performance in Belgrade has helped grow their unbeaten streak to 6 games. Borisov managed just 12 attempts to Red Star's 23, 4 of which were on target. However, the Belarusian champions could have won that match had luck been on their side when twice hitting the woodwork. Defensively, Borisov are fairly sound. They've kept 3 clean sheets in the last 5 home games. Going forward they have scored 27 goals in 15 home games, at 1.7 per outing. It shows they have it in them to take the game to Arsenal, and don't be surprised if they get a few pop shots away in the opening stages. Borisov don't need to win this game, they can save those efforts for hosting Red Star and Cologne. But a scalp of this size would be great indeed, and Arsenal must be careful not to take this game too lightly. Borisov to score twice at 31. All 4 of Alexandre Lacazette's goals for Arsenal have come at home. He has recorded just 1 shot on target from 3 away appearances. Alexandre Lacazette has been slowly introduced to life at Arsenal. The club's record signing from Marseille scored on his league debut in the 4-3 win over Leicester. But Arsene Wenger has managed his entry into the team, keeping him on the bench for their first 2 away games. Lacazette started in the 0-0 draw at Chelsea, where he got his first, and so far, only shot on target outside of the Emirates. Lacazette scored both goals in the 20 win over West Brom on Monday, but may be rested for this Borisov game. Expect him to come on in the second half if this match is tight, with the remit of getting Arsenal out of a mess. Alexandre Lacazette to score last at 175. Arsenal could keep 4 straight clean sheets on Thursday for the first time since a run of 4 games in September-October 2016. Arsenal's defensive weaknesses were exposed earlier in this season, with 3 conceded in the win over Leicester before the 40 thrashing at Liverpool. The Gunners have for years had a meltdown in them, but Arsene Wenger usually gets the reaction he needs, even if it is too late to repair the damage fully. Arsenal have kept 5 clean sheets in 6 since the Liverpool defeat, conceding just 1 goal against Cologne in the first game of the Europa League group stage. They rode the luck against West Brom on Monday night, but scraped through nevertheless. Wenger may decide to change things around for the trip to Borisov as he did against Cologne. Still, a clean sheet is certainly viable for a Gunners side growing in confidence. Arsenal to win without conceding at 3,120.